Enrico Villanueva is on the 5 ng Barako sa pag-umpisa ng ating second half.
You know, I'm always happy to see players comes back from an injury at naglalaro na, especially a guy like Enrico Villanueva. Ang ganda nung nilalaro ng Barako Bulls. Before he got injured, he was averaging a double-double. And already people were saying second coming itong kay Enrico Villanueva. So it's been, what, 6-7 months since we've seen Enrico. It's great to see Enrico back playing again.
Ganda nga, pinag-usapan nga natin, halos 1 week ang diferensya nung nagka-ACL injury siya at si Dylan Ababu. He for Barako and si Ababu for Barangay Ginebra a couple of conferences ago. Pero they're back, you know. Dylan is in the lineup for Barangay Ginebra, which faces San Mig Coffee after this ball game. And Enrico now getting his feet wet here in the Governor's Cup. But well, literally and figuratively, malaki ang pwede niyang ibigay sa kanyang koponan dahil he's another banger and a veteran big guy who knows what to do in the paint. Ito si Singletary, trapped in the corner, makes his move, kicks it over to Buenafe, sets his feet for 3 and hits it.
A good setup job that time by Mike Singletary. And if they're not going to get it from the point guards, you know, Singletary, it can come from him because in the first and the second quarter, nakakapunta siya sa basket. So the defense will now react to that, will leave his teammates open.
Jay Wash to the basket. Wala ka na tira, gets the offensive rebound on the way up. Pinalo nitong si Eman Monfort yung bola. Hindi na pala bola, may foul eh. Pati yung arm pala nakuha din, partner.
Usually, Charlie, itong Barako Bull able to get a fair share of the rebounds. But in the first half, GlobalPort out-rebounding itong Barako Bull 28-21. Kaya rin mo naman ipapasok itong si Enrico Villanueva.
Try to get those boards. Pasok ang unang free throw ni Jay Wash. A while ago, Rexona power rebound mula kay Dorian Peña, brought to you by Rexona Men with 50% more long-lasting protection. So you can do more. Second free throw is in as well para kay Jay Wash. 4th and 5th points na ngayon from the line in this game. So meron pa ibibigay ito si Jay Wash para kay Coach Janelle Bacules, especially the scoring department. Ron J goes under the defense. What a move! Mula kay Ron J Buenafe.
If you talk about that dugout report by Sel, sabi niya magising naman sana yung mga player ng Barako Bull. And that's what exactly Ron J Buenafe is doing. He woke up and he's trying to wake up the entire team for Barako Bull.
5 points strung together mula kay Ron J. Baba sa pito ang lamang. Gary D strong to the basket. It bounces out. Back to the line for 2 free throws into si Gary David. 6 points in the first half, 4 in the first quarter, 2 in the second. Tinan mo yung move ni Ron J Buenafe. He may have shuffled his feet though, but he gets the 2 nonetheless. And Gary D gets another point on the board. Pito na ang puntos nitong si Gary David. I think with Gary David, warning na binigay on one of the coaches of the GlobalPort Batang Pier. So si Gary David, we were saying, Doms, anytime kasi pwede biglang pumutok yan. As we said nga, after the fracas that happened ng huling laro last Wednesday against San Mig, 8 minutes remained in that third quarter. From then on till the end of the game, he scored 20 points. So pwedeng ganun.
Anytime.
Ron J Buenafe, nahihirapan sa depensa ni Marvin Haight, but Monfort comes to get it. 6 seconds to go. That ball's been slippery for a bunch of players. They've been losing it on the way up. Coming strong, but Singletary with the chase down. And the basket is counted. Goaltending ang tinawag kontra rito kay Michael Singletary.
Well, Charlie, you gotta credit the defense also the point guards of GlobalPort of stopping Eman Monfort. But
so foul was called. So counted yung basket, may foul pa na tinawag. Hindi, foul lang ang tinawag, hindi counted ang basket. Yun yung ano. Hindi, counted ba? So yun na yun, counted.
As a 3-point play.
So they called the goaltending, tapos end one situation para kay Marquis Cummings. I have to apologize for that. Medyo mixed signals ang nakuha namin doon sa mga opisyales. So 12-point lead for GlobalPort. Monfort's shot goes awry. Ito si Keith Jensen keeps it alive. Enrico to the basket. You know, they used to call this guy the Raging Bull. Sapagkat, diba, sa Red Bull Nag-umpisa yan. And
Bumalik siya dito sa franchise na yun. Kung saan siya nagsimula ng kanyang career. And what a good way, di ba? Mabalik mo yung laro mo, yung kumpiyansa mo to the team or the franchise, the organization that started it all for you.
Alam mo, may time talaga na napaka-powerful ng lineup ng Red Bull na yun under Coach Yang Giao. They had guys like Junti Valenzuela, Lordy Tugade. Ito si Mick Penisi was there, si Enrico Villanueva.
Devon Harp.
Yeah, Devon, of course. Yeah, Rookie of the Year, Devon Harp. Ang ganda ng pinakita nila in that stretch. Jim Wiltorion was with them as well.
Larry Fonashare.
Oo. Ito si Keith Jansen, nagdadala ng bola, showing his handle. They go over to Enrico. Still a bit tentative dun sa angat ng bola.
But so far, yung mga minuto ni Enrico, he's been getting positives out of it. And he's aggressive.
Daming hawak sa bola no?
At hindi niya fino-force yung mga tirang yon. He's been cutting to the basket, getting those passes, or getting a rebound.
Hit a free throw earlier for his first point. And dalawa na yan para kay Enrico Villanueva. Of course, also played for the Barangay Ginebra Kings.
And ang sarap niyan, Charlie. Yung as a player, pag na-injure ka, lalo na ganyan, katagal ka nawala. Ang sarap to just be playing on the court. And then lahat ng pinaghirapan mo during your rehab, you see it, bearing fruit.
Pero 2 of 6 pa lang from the line si Enrico Villanueva. 4 missed free throws. 9 minutes to go sa ating third quarter. Still a double figures lead for GlobalPort. Gustong dagdagan ni Gary Dian. He hoists it up. Wala yan. Keith Jensen tracks it down once again.
Jensen piling up the rebounds as well. Already has scored.
Ganda ng idea ni Singletary na ipasa kay Villanueva. It's tapped out. Good defense. Hands from Jay Wash. But the ball stays with the red shirts. Buena fe. Enrico to Monfort. 2 separate generations of Blue Eagles. Singletary's jumper. Bitin niya. It's a rebound. Singletary gets it back. Bounces it off his foot. Hayes will control. Markeith makes his move. On the way up. Nawala ang bola. At merong foul na tinawag si referee Jess Ferrer. It's gonna be on number 8. That's Ron J. Buenafe. Pangalawa niya yan.
Barako ball at the start of the third quarter made some headway pero may pansagot itong GlobalPort with Markeith Cummings and Gary David.
29 points na. Partner si Markeith. With this second free throw, he might hit the 30-point mark. Ang dami pang oras na natitira sa ating laro. Di umabot ng 30. Pinansin ko kasi. 63-52. 11-point lead para sa GlobalPort. And still 8:22 remaining here plus a full quarter. The entire 12 minutes of the fourth. So chance to maybe get a career high in the PBA para kay Markeith Cummings. So let's watch his scoring as this game goes on. Strong move mula kay Mike Singletary. This guy's got a strong upper body. He's able to maneuver inside.
Third personal foul on Markeith Cummings. And that's a classic play for an import. Kinakailangan mo ng puntos, puntahan mo yung import mo. He goes down low, he gets fouled. Though he misses the free throw, yun yung kinakailangan. Yun yung mga, one of the techniques or tips in terms of basketball. Kapag may run or kinakailangan mo ng puntos, you go to the guy who can score, usually down low.
1 out of 2 para kay Singletary. Baba sa 10 na naman ang lamang ng GlobalPort. Approaching the 8-minute mark ng ating third quarter. Yusef Taha is back in the ball game. Upo na si Marvin Hayes. So Taha gave a good account of himself with 5 rebounds in the first half. He gets it under. Popoftihan niya si Enrico Villanueva. Makes his move. The hook shot off the glass para kay Yusef Taha. Instant O off the bench dito sa third quarter.
We were talking about how Yusef Taha, he needs to find a home. He needs to find that confidence na nabibigyan siya ng minuto. And hopefully for his career, ito na yon sa GlobalPort.
Well, may confidence ito si Keith Jensen taking the three-pointer, knowing that Singletary was already underneath with a chance for the offensive rebound. Hindi lang napasok ni Mike yung follow-up. Sol naman all the way in, and Enrico Villanueva turned away. Pero may contact na. So chance for the three-point play si Sol Mercado. GlobalPort doing just enough to keep this double-figure spread dito sa ating laro.
And extending it a little bit more dito sa third quarter. Getting the contact, having the strength to be able to make that basket, get the foul.
A fairly good run para kay Enrico Villanueva. The missed free throws and that foul notwithstanding. So he sits down at pumasok para sa kanya. Well, dating kakampi niya, si Wesley Gonzalez sa Ateneo. And Wesley, of course, coming over very recently dito sa Barako Energy together with Chris Pacana, who's still on the reserve list from the SMC Mixers. Here's Ron J making his move. On the way up, naharang ni Yusuf Taha. Pang-apat na ni Yusuf Taha yan. So, dalawang free throws para kay Ron J. Another guy who's bounced around to several teams, itong si Ron J Buenafe, but has played well at times for each of those teams. Ito yung drive ni Sol kanina, absorbing the contact, getting that bucket, brought to you by Photon. Empower your business.
Down 9 points 13 now for Ron J. Buenafe. I like that point that you made about him being able to play good games for every team that he's been on. That's just a sign of a scorer.
He finds different ways para umiscore. He's not a one-trick pony na tres lang ng tres, yung spot-up three-point shooter. He's not a guy who just drives and finishes well on the break. He can do it any which way. Itong si Ron J. Buenafe. Pagsakan ng player. Monfort gets up.
That's the energy that Yusuf Taha brings to you. Still trying to make that play. Subukan pa niya mabawi yung bolang yun.
Hindi siya natawagan ng kanyang panlima. Apat na yung personal Yusuf Taha. He might leave the game early. Ito si Singletary. Umiwas ang depensa. And Singletary expecting contact on that play. Up ahead to Gunners! Taking it home.
GlobalPort humming here in the third quarter. Able to get those stops and then the fast break. Easy 2 points again para sa Batang Pier.
This is a strange conference, Doms. We've seen teams that have come off really lousy performances in previous games, facing a tough opponent and being powerful, showing fluidity like GlobalPort is doing now against Barako Bull. And the Barako Bull, of course, has the better record right now so far in the standings. We're practically halfway through this third quarter. 6:02 remaining. Cummings takes it home and his team takes a 17-point lead. Back at the Big Dome, 6:01 remaining sa ating third quarter. Itong GlobalPort threatening to blow this game wide open with back-to-back jams from Markeith Cummings at si Jay Washington. One-handed variety yung kay Cummings, two-handed slam naman yung kay Jay Wash.
Dito sa third quarter, GlobalPort with 7 fast break points and 0 para dito sa Barako Bull. We talked about them being able to get down on the floor. In those few plays, hindi sila nakababa.
Well, coming off that timeout, maganda naman ang pinakita ng Barako. Good execution. Nice jumper mula kay Michael Singletary to cut the lead down to 15. They need a bunch of points quickly.
And showing a little bit of pressure defense, trying to slow down itong GlobalPort Batang Pier.
Cummings, a three. He gets hit. He hits it and then gets hit by Wesley Gonzalez. A chance for a 4-point play. Everything's falling para sa GlobalPort and they're happy about it.
Feeling it itong GlobalPort. This is that one-on-one against Wesley Gonzalez. Wesley trying to veer away from Cummings pero natamaan pa rin niya.
Unfortunately para kay Wesley, hindi na kompleto yung 4-point play but damage was done. The lead is up to 18. Singletary cuts it down to 16. 5:03 remaining sa ating third quarter. Konting backcourt pressure pinakikita ng Barako. Gary D showing his ball handling skills but trapped on the side. Extricates, shoots. Alam ko, papasok pa rin para sa GlobalPort.
And that's what happens when you pressure the basketball.
Ayun naman, they break down on the transition defense para sa GlobalPort and Singletary attacked it immediately. Chance for the 3-point line.
GlobalPort has to be careful. They cannot think that this game is over, that everything's going their way, because, you know, 1, 2, 3 plays after this, they could just be up by 6 points and the momentum will shift to the other side.
It's only a 14-point lead at this point. It was 18 just a while ago. Mabilis na chop off yung 4 points na yan. Ito si Sol Mercado, pinahihirapan ni Celino Cruz. Sol makes his move, loses it. Who's gonna pick it up? Yusuf Taha na rin. Nawala ng bola. Very frustrated about it. Ball goes the other way. Chance to cut his lead even further. So Barako Bull, sumagot agad dun sa magandang pinakita ng GlobalPort doon.
Barako Bull, after that timeout, was able to score. You know, they needed to settle things down. Now they're going pretty much exclusively to their import. It looks like there's an offensive foul on Mick Pinisi.
The same idea you were saying. They're going to their import. They went to Singletary. Ngunit sa pag-cut ni Singletary, moving pick naman ang ginawa ni Mick Pinisi.
A big difference para dito sa Barako Bull in this ball game. We haven't seen an Eman Monfort. We haven't seen a Danny Siegel scoring the usual numbers that they do.
You see guys like Yusuf Taha naman sa kabilang panig na gumagawa para rito sa GlobalPort Batang Pier. JB Belenson is in the ball game as well to play guard together with Sol Mercado. Belenson, we know, can hit from outside. Pinisi and Taha, the two big guys atop the three-point line. They go to Singletary, wants to come back quickly with a three. Walaya, rebound plays. Wesley Gonzalez, 2 fakes, missing the shot. Good effort mula kay Wesley. The lead pass to Markeith Cummings. Pinisi slowed it up, pero slick portion, and Markeith hits the end line. Sayang yung play, napangiti na lang si Markeith Cummings. Nanggigil masyado dun sa pagkuha niya ng bola.
Well, he wanted to get that shot again. That fast break opportunity was there. But check it out, Mr. Quality Minutes. 15 minutes of action, 6 points, 8 rebounds para kay Yusuf Taha.
Sabi niya, don't worry, Kelly. I got your statistics. Diba? Kelly Nabong.
And you know, when you look at the bright spot, ano bang nangyayari kapag merong nasususpend or may na-injured? So you give opportunities to guys like, ito, prime example, Yusuf Taha, wala ito si Kelly Nabong for the next 2 games. So yung minuto yun, and Taha making good of the minutes given to him.
Here's another board. Ito si Celino nagbintis mula sa 3-point area. Under 3 minutes remaining sa ating third period. Sol Mercado. Top of the key 3, it's wide right. Ron J gets that rebound. He's pushing it, makes his move, kicks it out to Celino. Tapik. Connecta kay Bong Ramos. Nice catch from Coach Bong. Time out on the floor. 2:40 remaining dito sa ating third quarter. Mula sa masarap, malaman, mura at ka-convenient kasi easy to open ulalam, ready to eat ulam para sa masa, mahal ng masa ulalam. 15 pesos lang yan. Singletary, the handoff to Dorian, who hands it off to Intal. Paikot-ikot ang bola. Buenafe ends up, takes the 3. It's strong. Singletary, offensive rebound. Spins to the basket. Ang ganda naman ng Pier. They thought he was going one way. He ended up going the other.
Well, Mike Singletary, the good thing about him is even if his team's down, yung energy level niya nandun pa rin. He understands he's the leader for Barako Bull.
Kung pati siya, mawala ng energy rito.
Pababa talaga yung kupunan niya.
Patay, di ba? Kaya na sila energy colas eh. Kailangan mataas ang energy. Belenson! We said it, di ba? Pagpasaw niya kanina. That's what he can do. He can hit that basket from outside. Good answer from the rookie guard. There's a foul. Penalty. So pupunta sa linya ang Barako. Celino Cruz. 2 free throws. Mandan. Tawagan ng foul. Celino Cruz, of course, called for a flagrant one in Pisa. In the first half. Let's turn it over to Sel Guevara. She's got a report on Raiko Toroman and Mike Singletary.
You know what, Charlie? Before Mike Singletary scored after that timeout, I just heard a heated conversation between him and Coach Raiko Toroman. Maingay na yung crowd dito sa Araneta. I wasn't able to hear it right, but I heard Mike Singletary say to Coach Raiko Toroman, "What else do you want me to do? What else do you want me to do?" Paulit-ulit. Balik sa inyo.
Masagot sa tanong na yun, partner.
Tanong natin kay Coach Raiko.
Mamaya. Tanong din natin, what else do you want to do? What else do you want to do?
Sel, alamin mo nga. Well, Coach Raiko, of course, trying to inspire his players. Try to rise above dun sa potential mo, dun sa kaya mong gawin. Try to push it, exceed it.
Hans Tele, the big man activated by Coach Junel Baculi to replace Kelly Nabong on the roster. He's in the ball game. So si Hans Tele will get his first action dito sa Governor's Cup. And well, yeah, really, well, I would ask the same question if Singletary was still being called out, because he's been doing, without him, they'd be in a much deeper hole right now. It's a 16-point lead para sa GlobalPort. 1 minute and 20 remaining. Paulit-ulit natin sasabihin, Doms, mahirap talaga maging import sa PBA. Bukod sa ikaw ang marked man, ang dami talagang expected na gawin mo. And he gets blocked. Singletary and Peña and Singletary bump each other. That's because natulak si Dorian Peña. Loose ball foul on John Dan Salvador, and because it's penalty situation, somebody's going to the line. I think it's going to be Dorian Peña. 3 of 3 from the line si Dorian Peña. Dom, sa laro natin, mukhang okay na nga yung kanyang kaliwang kamay.
You look at Dorian Peña. Yung kanyang career free throws, not really that high, but 3 out of 3, wow. And then, ngayon, 3 out of 4, still very high, 75% para kay Dorian.
Pag tinanood niya yung replay nito, maririnig niya na sinabi natin 3 of 3 siya, kaya nangyari yun. Pero 6 rebounds as well in the ball game, so doing a good job inside, and that's what he's expected to do. Mintis para sa GlobalPort, chance para sa Barako na makalapit. And what a nice layup mula kay Mike Singletary, eluding the outstretched arms of the defender.
Yan yung sagot doon sa tanong niya. Diba? What else do you want me to do? Score. He needs to be able to score.
Make a circle shot.
Bring back Barako Bull in this ball game.
Just the baker's dozen, lamang ng GlobalPort. 81-68. 6 seconds to go on that shot clock. Markeith Cummings natamaan on the way up. Foul on Barako Bull Energy. It's gonna be Celina Cruz. So ito si Markeith. And nasa linya para sa dalawang free throws. Markeith Cummings, well, with 34 points in the game, we can still say he's slowed down a bit dito sa ating third quarter.
But he's able to pass that ball and get his other teammates involved. Kanina nakita natin, pinasa niya ilang beses itong si Jay Wash. 5 assists for Markeith Cummings.
11 points here in the third quarter for Markeith Cummings. 36 total. He had 25 at the end of the first half. Last second shot time for the Barako Bull Energy. Celina Cruz, tumira ng 3. Di na nagantay. Nakuha ba ang oras? Belenchon with the rebound. 5 full seconds to work with Markeith Cummings. Looks up at the clock. Takes the jumper off balance. And he slipped again. Bago natapos, hindi pumasok yung tira at the end of 3 quarters.
The PBA at NCAA Pinoy Hoops mobile app maging exclusively updated sa games kits, team profiles and stats, play-by-play at iba pang mga balita tungkol sa PBA at NCAA. Hatid sa inyo ng Smart, Live More at ng Sports 5. I-download na sa Google Play or App Store. Pinoy Hoops mobile app.
Starting this season, new players for the D-League are required to apply for the draft to be eligible to play in the PBA D-League. So the first ever PBA D-League rookie draft set on the 19th of September. Deadline for submission of applications, September 12 at the PBA office, 186 E. Rodriguez Avenue, Lubis, Quezon City. So yung mga gustong eventually makapasok sa PBA, hilig muna kayo. Mag-apply na kayo ngayon.
Pinag-uusapan natin ang D-League at pati na rin yung NCAA. Yung kaibigan nating si JR Apostol, nanonood yan. Yung Statsman.
The Statsman.
Oo.
Umpisa ng fourth quarter ng ating first serving dito sa Super Bowl Sunday. GlobalPort comfortably ahead at 15. AJ Mandani. Baba rito kay Cummings. 7 seconds to go on that shot clock. He turns, he shoots. It's short. Rebound, Dorian Peña. John Dan Salvador called for the loose ball foul as we begin action in the payoff. The last period ng ating bakbakan ng Barako at GlobalPort. Doms at well, you know, Barako has an uphill climb, but they've got the right shooters, you know, the right amount of shooters and scorers. They might be able to make a run.
You know, if you look at the 3 quarters, the third quarter was the closest they've gotten dito sa GlobalPort in terms of scoring. Yung kanilang field goal percentage tumaas na rin. Nung first quarter, 35 yan. Nung second, 29. Ngayon, 30. Nung third quarter, 38 na yan. But one thing for GlobalPort, you know, they've been getting to the free throw line, but they haven't been knocking them down. 8 out of 15 dun sa third quarter. But isang bagay na distinctly absent para sa Barako Bull in this ball game, kanilang 3-point shooting. 5 out of 28, only 18%.
And on that play na 24-second violation itong Barako Bull as Danny Siegel's shot did not hit the rim. Hindi nag-reset yan. So even if they kept the ball, they ran out of time. Danny Siegel scoreless so far sa ating laro. The dynamite not exploding so far. Ito si Mandani to the basket. Decides to kick it out to John Dan. He mishandles. Singletary up ahead to Macapagal. Macapagal will go up, drop it off to Siegel. Hinawakan ni Belenson. And of course, Macapagal saw Markeith Cummings ready to block his shot and decided to pass it off.
Good decision that time by Mark Macapagal. At ang maganda pa doon, napasahan niya ito si Danny Siegel. These free throws could get Danny Siegel going.
Gets his first point in the game. A while ago, ganda ng pasa. And Markeith Cummings took it home. That was a Kawasaki rousing fast break brought to us by Rouser 135 by Kawasaki. Ralph, the rider, in you. 2x2 para kay Dynamite Danny. Kanyang unang puntos sa larong ito. Fourth quarter na po tayo. 10:48 remaining. I'm Charlie Cuna together with Dominic Uy. Cel Guevara is at courtside. And we'll bring you this game from the Big Dome in Cubao, Quezon City. Governor's Cup action. Perenchon's 3. Offline. Danny Siegel tumatakbo. Chatsalin sa depensa ni Tiela. Layup plus a foul. Tama sinabi mo, partner. Those free throws got him going. He saw the defender, you know, guy who hasn't played much in this conference, challenged him.
If you look at Danny Siegel, paano ba siya ginagamit? He plays 20 minutes a ball game. Ginagamit siya usually in the second quarter and the fourth quarter. You know, second group, kung titignan mo itong si Danny Siegel, pero inaasahan mo sa puntos. And when you get Danny Siegel going, mahirap mapigilan.
Sayang na nagbintis ang free throw muli. He had a chance to cut it down to just 10. So, Junel Baculi, medyo napaisip doon. 30-second timeout muna tinawag. Sabi niya, hoy, 11 na lang yan. 10 minutes, 18 pa. Matagal pa yung oras na yan. Let's not get careless. Let's not get complacent. Follow NCAA and PBA like never before. Get real-time updates straight from your phone with Pinoy Hoops. Be the ultimate Hoops fan and follow your favorite teams and players. Now available for Android in the Google Play Store and soon on iOS.
4-point swing para dito sa Barako Bull here in the fourth quarter, prompting Coach Junel Baculi to call this timeout. You know, reset, refocus his team. They're up by 11. They need this basketball game. They're 2-3. Ito namang Barako Bull is 3-2. All out para dito sa panalong ito, itong dalawang kupunan.
AJ Mandani. His shot rolls out. You know, you got Mandani and Belenjon in there now. So Sol Mercado getting a chance to ref. And just as I say that, he stands up off that bench. He's about to come in, but Singletary all the way to the hoop once again. You know, he hasn't had a shot that easy in a lot of play minutes.
Alam mo, nakakabilib talaga yung mga player who can get to the basket without really much effort. Meaning, mahirap yung ginagawa nila, pero parang andali pag silang gumagawa.
Good resistance on the defensive end para sa Barako. Preventing itong si Markeith Cummings na makapasok ng tira. Mandani, upo muna. Pasok si Sol Mercado. Hans Tiele, short action. He goes out for Jay Wash, and Taha comes in for John Dan Salvador. So 3-man substitution for Coach Jonel Baculi. Probably felt, he stretched that lead with these guys earlier. So why not bring them back in, except for Belenchon. These 4 were the guys who brought that lead up. Jay Wash. Missing. Taha. Falling down. Wow, what a shot mula kay Yusuf Taha just in the nick of time.
And because he worked for that shot, when you work hard, you will get lucky.
11-point lead muli para sa GlobalPort. 9 minutes and 18 remaining in this game. Itong Barako wants to make that run soon. Nakita ng seal ni Peña and Belenchon. No choice. Naglalaro itong dalawang malaking mama na to eh.
Matagal din maging kakampiyan itong si Jay Wash at si Dorian Peña.
Doon sa Petron, yung dating San Miguel. At nagbatuhan pa ng bola. Pipitro sana yung referee. We're just kidding, sabi nila.
Pero
diba?
maganda doon, pareho silang, di ba, hindi nakangiti eh.
Tapos sabay high five, no? Ito si Seagal to the basket. He's fouled. Bago niya naumpisahan yung kanyang drive. It reminds me of that play when Vince Carter playingly slapped the face of one of his opponents. They're friends. Hindi alam ng referee. Nilolokohan lang sila. Tinawagan ng technical si Vince Carter in an NBA game. And they were really looking at the referee. They looked at the commissioner's office. They wrote to the commissioner's office, naglolokohan lang kami, di ba? Wala naman talaga intention na mangyari yun. Nasasampalin ko talaga siya, di ba? Well, no call on that play, but Seagal's at the line. Gets fouled and hits the 2 free throws. 7 points na para rito kay 6 points rather for Danny Seagal. All here in the 4th quarter. Back to 9 ang lamang ng Global. It's just a single-digit lead. Cummings. Ball hits him on the leg. It goes out. Chance for Barako na makalapit pa lalo, Doms.
Well, we talked about earlier, hindi pa nakakapunto si Danny Seagal itong 4th quarter. He's been able to contribute 6. Hindi pa nakaka-contribute itong si Eman Monfort, especially from the 3-point area. Could be the time for Eman Monfort to explode.
They called a goaltending dito kay Jay Washington who blocked the shot. Itong si Mike Singletary. Talagang ayaw maniwala itong mga GlobalPort players. They'd like to see that again. And the whole crowd reacts here sa pagpakita ng replay na yun, thinking shouldn't have been a goaltending.
Sol Mercado trying to tell the referees, look at the replay.
Warning. Sol Mercado natawagan ng warning, resentment to a call. So the basket will stand. Hindi na pwede palitan yan. Kinount na nila yon. Pito lang ang lamang ng GlobalPort. Makapagal, gustong palitin palalo yan. Masyado malakas ang tira, but Dorian, defensive rebound, went up strong. Ball will stay with the red shirts.
At that time, almost an offensive rebound by Dorian Peña. Yusuf Taha will have to push out Peña even before that ball goes up.
Singletary's 3. It goes para sa Barako. Guess what, Doms? Apat na lang ang lamang ng GlobalPort. We said they might make a run. They're doing it right now. Itong Barako Bulls.
Seagal and Singletary here in the 4th quarter, turning things around para sa Barako Bull.
Ito na naman. The bounce to Danny. Layup goes in. Down to 2. What a run mula rito sa Barako Bull.
In the 4th quarter, 2 points pa lang ang nasuscore nitong GlobalPort, majorly because of the pressure defense na pinapakita nila dito sa quarter na ito.
What a brave 3 mula kay Singletary. Tapos good defense translates into easy offense para sa Barako Bull. Coach Jonel Baculi forced to call this timeout with 7:50 remaining in the game. Jay Wash with the ball goes over to Sol Mercado. Gaidovic 3. It's short. May tsansang makatabla ang Barako Bulls sa opensibang ito. Baka makalamang pa. Depende kung anong ilang makuha nila doon.
15-2 run para dito sa Barako Bull in the first 4.5 minutes of the 4th quarter. Seagal and Singletary single-handedly. At kung titignan mo yung 2 points itong GlobalPort, doon lang kay Yusuf Taha na sunerte pa sila. And now, Barako Bull ties it.
Singletary emphatically tying the ball game. With that slam in the lane, no resistance. Bumagsak kasi si Markeith Cummings. Lost his footing, no foul was called.
At Charlie, yung mga puntos na yun, paano ba nakakabalik ang isang koponan sa laro? You play pressure defense, you force turnovers. And that's, but also playing good offense. Itong Barako Bull, good setup drop, finding their import, Singletary for that dunk.
M1 Ford back-to-back fouls. He's got 5 in the ball game. Let's start it off to Shell Guevara once again with a report on Danny Siegel.
It's been 2 conferences since Danny Siegel has been playing within the Coach Raiko Toroman system, but he's never felt this strong, unlike before that he would do extra conditioning. He's proud that he rarely misses practices at hiyang daw siya sa sistema. Balik sa inyo, Charlie.
Well, bit slow and low performance in this game para kay Danny Siegel. Ngunit he's scoring at the right time in the thick of this run by Barako. Ngayon, may chance ang lumamang na itong Barako Bull energy. Let's see how this plays out. GlobalPort rushing that play a while ago. Nakapagal. 7 seconds shot clock. He looks up. On his way. He loses it, but Taha recovers, and Yusuf Taha has been crucial here para dito kay Coach Junel Baculi. Cummings all the way to the hoop.
Oh, they needed that. They need to stop the bleeding. Markeith Cummings taking it all the way. That's the 2 points. Get the lead back. Settle your team down. Refocus. 6 minutes and 10 left dito sa 4th quarter.
Partner throughout the first 3 quarters of this ball game, ina-outscore ng GlobalPort itong Barako Bull. Ngunit tino mo sa 4th quarter, 17-4 na ang run ng Barako Bull.
What a big turnaround for Barako Bull here in the 4th quarter, mainly because of their defense.
Now trailing by 2 itong Barako Bull, and that shot by Markeith Cummings just a while ago. Shelina Cruz to Danny. Danny will challenge Jay Wash. Goes to the basket, ties it up once again. Danny S, 10 points already, all here in the 4th quarter. Natanong natin kailan siya puputok yung dinamita. Ito pala, 4th quarter.
Well, efficiency for Danny Siegel here in the 4th quarter. 10 points in 6 minutes of action.
GlobalPort might have thought they would be cruising to a victory. Pero ngayon, mapapalaban sila. Tapos, natawagan pa ng carrying. Ito si Sol Mercado, dribbling violation. Panahon natin, tinatawag yung lifting. So, isa pang pagkakataon para sa Barako na makuha ang lamang dito. GlobalPort on defense. They gotta tighten it up. They go to Danny once again. Why not? Nice spin, the footwork. Jumper doesn't go. Dorian Peña sinusubukan to keep that possession, but Yusuf Taha able to fend that away. We have a report on the Barako Bull energy mula kay Sel.
Mukhang nagkakalituhan na sa Barako Bull bench kung sino ang babantayan ng bawat player, and even if they're already tied with GlobalPort, Coach Raiko Toroman nagtataas pa rin ng boses sa kanyang mga players. Well, it looks like he wants things to be much perfect than they are. Balik sa inyo.
Well, siyempre, di ba? Hindi pa naman kasi panalo, di ba? Hanggat matapos ang laro at makuha mo ang panalo, you still have room to do something and adjust. That's just the way Coach Raiko is. Ito, nagkukumpul, nag-huddle ng GlobalPort at the free throw line where Markeith Cummings is taking 2. Doms talking about it. What do we have to do to shake this Barako Bull energy team off?
Well, if you're GlobalPort, you go back to what were you doing when you got that lead? You know, you guys were communicating, you guys were sharing the basketball and not turning the ball over. Sa 4th quarter, nakaka-5 turnover na itong GlobalPort. So, very different yung nilalaro nila here in the 4th quarter. You know, kalimutan mo na nakabalik itong Barako Bull. Now you need to settle down, buckle down. Ano pa bang kailangan natin gawin? 4 minutes and 55 left. You need to be able to execute well. Set up your import, Markeith Cummings, because he's been the hot hand so far.
Well, with 38 points, ngunit nagbintis siya on those 2 free throws just a while ago, which would have given his team the lead once again. So ito na naman, Barako may chance ang makalamang, but good defense by GlobalPort. Up ahead to Sol Mercado. Mercado kicks it to Gary D. 3-pointer, top of the key. Pasok yan para kay Gary D. And that's what we were waiting for. Guys like Siegel, guys like Guy David. to start exploding in this game.
Timely hit para kay Guard David, but credit that to Sol Mercado. He was looking not for his shot, but for his teammate.
3-point spread para sa GlobalPort. Singletary wants to answer, and he does! This is a heavyweight match dito sa ating fourth quarter.
Mike Singletary, 3 out of 8 from that 3-point area. Just does not want to lose. Why? What's at stake? Barako at 3-2. If they win this ball game, now they are fourth. They could be tied for number 2 if they win this. Ito namang GlobalPort 2-3. Kung manalo naman sila, aakyat sila all the way up to 5th spot.
Yusuf Taha! It turned out to be an alley-oop. Yung tira ni Gary David na kulang sa lakas. Yusuf Taha fighting for that ball. Kapagal taking the 3. Singletary, 41 points in this game. There's a foul mula kay Markeith Cummings pushing Mick Penisi at the free throws. Alam mo, kanina we kept talking about the scoring of Markeith Cummings, pero tinan mo ngayon, lamang na ng tatlo si Singletary sa kanya, getting another 40-plus game dito sa Governor's Cup.
Last 3 minutes and 24 seconds. It's all about execution now. And yung defense being able to communicate now that your team is getting a little bit tired. You know, you understand Barako Bull, nakakapagod, humabol. So you may get a little bit tired. There may be lapses on defense. So yung communication will be more key dito sa last 3 minutes and 22 seconds.
1 out of 2 para kay Mick Penisi. So lamang pa rin ang Global ng isa. 3 minutes and 17 seconds remaining in regulation. Cummings open from 16. The jumper. Pasok yan for Markeith Cummings. They needed that once again. This guy's a knack of getting it just when they need that.
Extending the lead to 3 points now. 94-91 from Markeith Cummings. You know, GlobalPort, they were able to force Barako into turnovers in the first 3 quarters. They haven't done that dito sa fourth.
Danny Siegel's jumper. Offline. These two imports, both at the 40-point mark. You said it earlier, they're basically canceling each other out on offense. So let's see who steps up from the locals. The shove to J-Wash. J-Wash almost loses it. Tries to pick it up, but Montfort quicker to the ball. Up ahead to Singletary. What's Taha gonna do? He falls. And a foul is called.
You know, Eman Montfort may not be scoring, but credit him for that turnover on J-Wash with that help defense.
Yusuf Taha, natawagan ng kanyang pang-anim na foul, applauding himself and telling his team to keep going. Double-double partner para kay Yusuf Taha. 10 points, 13 rebounds. What a performance from this rookie.
Well, working hard to get those 10 points and 13 rebounds. He was mixing it up in the middle in that shaded area, giving him the opportunities to make those shots.
And they put in Hans Dele to replace the fouled out Yusuf Taha. They had Jonathan Salvador on the bench.
Hey, we got Nick.
Another big guy that they could have put in, but they chose to put in Hans Dele. So, tinan natin, si Yusuf Taha, that 6th foul, he gave it up, pero could be crucial here in the last 2 minutes and 21. He was playing really well para sa GlobalPort. Isa lang ang lamang ng mga nakaputing Batang Pier. Cummings, 10 seconds to go, didiskarte. Wanted to pass it to Tiele, but it bounced off his leg. Here's Singletary. Goes over to Makapagal, open from 3. He jacks it up, hits the shot, gives his team the lead. A minute and 55 remaining dito sa ating fourth quarter. Barako grabs that lead part of the last time they led was at 4-0.
Nobody home for the defense of GlobalPort. We talked about the communication on defense para walang breakdown sa depensa, but that time, GlobalPort's defense broke down, wide open 3-point shot.
This was an 18-point lead earlier for GlobalPort. 75-57 mga kaibigan. And it slowly, Barako chipped away. Let's listen to what Coach Jonel have to say.
option. They say go serve, then they down split. Then we get shot, down, on the ball. Post option to do. Post
Series of picks wanted. They want to get Sol Mercado that ball. This was the pass. Nag-commit si Markeith Cummings with nowhere to go. At ito si Mark Macapagal, pinabayaan nila kung saan komportable tumira ito si Macapagal. Gary D. The three is short. Hans Tiele tracks it down. Saves it. Tries to save it. He does. Successfully off the legs of Mark Macapagal. So smart move mula kay Hans Tiele. Helping out his team here in the crucial part of this game. This is crunch time. 1:47 remaining.
O Charlie, pinag-usapan natin in the first 3 quarters, hindi makashoot ng 3 points itong Barako Bull. In the fourth quarter, shooting 3 out of 4 from that 3-point area, forcing GlobalPort into 5 turnovers, scoring 14 points off those turnovers.
And sabi mo nga, when they built up that 18-point lead, itong GlobalPort Batang Pier, they were moving the ball around. They were taking care of that ball, getting rebounds. Ngunit pinabayaan nila ngayon itong Barako Bull to force some turnovers, run the break, and get easy baskets. That was a 3 in transition para kay Mark Macapagal. Kaya nakuha ng Barako Bull ang lamang dito sa ating fourth and final quarter.
Oh, we talked about communication. Lalo na kapag transition defense, kailangan mag-usap kayo because pwede magkagulo yung hanapan ng tao of that transition defense. And that's what happened. Na libre itong si Macapagal for that 3-point shot.
So, ni-check muna ng mga referees yung out-of-bounds play na yon. They ruled it in favor of GlobalPort. Just to be sure, Gary D coming off the curl. Kicks it over to Markeith. Marami pang oras sa kanilang shot clock. He makes the drive. Double team comes. Sol is open at the top. Brings it closer. The drive. Goes up strong. Wala yan. Contact. Foul is called. Sol will take 2 from the line to try to keep in step with Barako.
Good decision that time by Sol Mercado, taking it to the hoop, getting fouled.
And you see Coach Junel's up on his feet. Assistant Glenn Capasio as well. Team manager BJ Manalo, nakatayo rin yan. Mintis ang pangalawa. So lamang pa rin ang Barako ng isa. 96-95, a minute and a half remaining. Singletary goes out. They go to Montfort. He calls a timeout. 30-second variety. A minute and 25 remaining. Still anybody's ball game, Doms. Pero I can't say enough about the way that Barako was able to get this lead after trailing by 18.
Mike, receive the ball. Mike, receive the ball. You are going like a head off, but you are going on the other side. Oh, you are going here. You will make a screen, bro, and Mike will attack. You are in the corner. You are in the corner here.
Hey, y'all ready to shoot?
Sino na atake, partner?
We go to your import, Mike Singletary. Singletary now with 43 points. 63% from the field.
May gusto ng GlobalPort sana 43 pa rin yung score ng ni Singletary pag natapos tong laro na to. Let's see. The ball is with him. This is what they wanted. 10 seconds on that shot clock. He makes his move. Singletary on the way up. High off the glass. Wala yan. Rebound Gary David. But it's tapped away. Singletary gets it. A fresh 24 para sa Barako. Another go around for Singletary. The drive on the other side. It's tapped away. Who's going to get it? Tiele saves it to Markeith Cummings.
Big stop by Hans Tiele.
Oh, Hans Tiele is right place, right time guy dito sa ating last couple of minutes. They go to Tiele inside. He's too deep under. Super foul ni Danny Siegel. On that play, he was too deep under. Nice feed mula kay Mercado. Pero, hey, can't really blame the guy. Pumipwesto lang sana sa rebound.
Well, still not done. You're only down by 1 point. Eman Montfort knocking down that first free throw, extending the lead. This is that play. Mercado found him. What a good help defense para kay Danny Siegel.
Montfort stretches the lead to 3. 98-95 ang ating score. And Barako hitting from the line kung kailan kailangan. Pero tatlo lang yan. It's just a one-possession ball game. Hindi natin kung mapapakyan pa natin ang GlobalPort coach na si Junel Bakuli. Has to think quickly and be creative.
Now you're playing 4. Now you're playing 5. Alright? Okay? Go. You don't receive the ball, don't receive the shot. And then one ski. So, back. Alright? Let your plan, guys! Go! Let the pressure and go on.
Substitution.
Timeouts. Barako has 3. GlobalPort isa lang. Ito na, Sol Mercado. Brings it in the lane. Bounces it over to J-Wash. Ang ganda na play between Sol and J-Wash to get the 2, but it's still a 1-point Barako lead, Doms.
And the good thing is they didn't waste much time, so they will get the ball back. If they force Barako ball into a shot na hindi sila makashoot, they get the rebound. May oras pa para sa kanila.
5.9 seconds ang diferensya ng game clock tsaka shot clock. It's a timeout, 30-second kind. Tinawag ng Barako Bull Energy. They still have that lead. But of course, they want to score para pahirapan itong GlobalPort kung sakasakaling bumalik ang bola sa panig ng white shirts.
Don't go early. Wait.
That's just 5 seconds.
You can go with the head off.
It's okay.
Then you have a pass. Exchange. Go and then go open for Mike. Come on!
Doesn't want them to go early, of course, Doms. That's what we clearly heard. Take your time, set it up.
Well, not unless it's a clear lane na magka-problema dun sa depensa nitong GlobalPort. But aside from that, you want to be able to try and milk the clock, leave the least amount of time para sa GlobalPort. If you're GlobalPort, you want to be able to pressure the ball carrier.
Well said. Ito si Eman Monfort. Sol Mercado trying his darndest to keep him busy. Ito, J-Wash on Mike Singletary. 6 seconds to go on that shot clock. He loses it momentarily. He picks it up. Takes a desperation 3. Almost went in. Cummings gets it. He'll look up. Turn around. 2 seconds to go. Mercado hoists it up. Almost went in.
I'm not sure why GlobalPort did not call a timeout when they got that rebound. They still had one more timeout left.
And a sorry loss para sa GlobalPort Batang Pier, up by as much as 18 big points. They lost the lead dito sa fourth and final quarter. Slowly, Barako through Danny Siegel and Mike Singletary at Mark Macapagal. Nakabalik, nakuha nila ang lamango ng Macapagal 3. As we watch yung huling play na yon, desperation 3 from Singletary almost goes in.
This right here, they should have called the timeout.
That was about 4 seconds remaining. And then, the desperation 3 from Sol Mercado, almost the same story, rolled out of that rim. And Barako trailing through the first 3 quarters, trailing by 15 at the start.